think it's really important that you are here because I think that we are today starting a process. It's a process which is particularly important for all of you who are young people, who are starting your careers, finishing your educations, starting your careers. I hope that this process of talking with our government will continue for all of you and for all of us through our lives.
And for our perspective of the UN Habitat, and then I know UNAC, and I know another partner of this program is UN Women, is that we really want to see youth perspective, and we would like to really encourage the Canadian government to see as young people not just as recipients of aid. So I live in Nairobi, Kenya. The country I'm in and the continent that we exist in is probably about 70% youth. That's a bit different than here, which is around 25% youth, and youth being 15 to 30 or however you define the term.
In my experience and some of the things that I've seen or been a part of, it can sometimes feel that when youth are consulted, it's done so in a little bit of a tokenistic fashion, and that we're often consulted aside from everything else, and then we are not integrated back in to whatever the overarching process is. And I think it would be fabulous with this new government if in whatever comes out of this international assistance review, if there are councils set up, if there are different kind of advisory bodies that come out of this, and I hope there will be, it would be fabulous to see in something like that if there were youth seats, or if there was a specific opportunity that allowed for youth to be part of a conversation like this on an ongoing basis, that one recognizes that they are youth, but two recognizes that youth need to be fully integrated into the processes moving forward.
I feel like it would almost be a more powerful statement to say that we want equal opportunities for all, kind of in a way that is aware of the particular concerns of people marginalized by these things.
I think engaging youth in ways that work for them is also really important, and thinking about the barriers that might face some of the youth. So I know that we're kind of focusing on cities, but something that's really pertinent to our organization is like, we are BC's Queer Resource Centre, but obviously only people who live in Vancouver and the Lower Mainland can access our physical space. So we're always thinking about ways that we can reach out to those people in northern BC and in the interior.
How can we work together on a global scale, as Indigenous people, working with other Indigenous people around the world, I think is really important for how we can start to understand each other on that level, how we can, for Indigenous people here, how we can, better understand what's going on around the world, but how we can also, develop ideas and solutions to some of the issues we're facing here as well.
It would be really neat to see dedicated funding or a particular funding stream, or a willingness to fund the innovative models that a lot of youth-run and youth-driven organizations used to potentially be replicated as part of some sort of maybe innovation hub as small-scale pilots.
Just maybe within the primary school or even high school education, even within our high schools, we do have those programs where you learn about like starting a business, or like have conferences where you learn how to like be engaged in the economy. So I feel like in order to combat unemployment, I feel like the youth should learn how to actually start a business, and then bring more youth in those businesses and building the economy that way.
There's still like a lot of children and women using a lot of time doing a lot of these like housework chores that people just think are like for women and girls, and it directly affects what Ginny said over here, because if they're using their time doing that, they have like a lot less time to focus on whether that's like education or like going through those programs to learn how to start your own business or stuff like that.
Sometimes international NGO work is completely unsustainable. Like if you go and be like, oh, I'm going to build a well, and then you never come back, like that's not a sustainable way of doing development. So I think, should Canada be supporting that? Yes, but also supporting conversations around what does that look like, supporting cooperation and collaboration with local communities, supporting training around how to continue those works so that it's sustainable, not like a one-off like field trip where you never go back.
can start.
Alright, I can start.
Yeah.
Yeah, from UBC.